So the first company we're going to have, not really company, Tyler Wright is going to come up from the Soil Crop Improvement Association to talk about the pollinator project that they're involved with this year.
Thanks, Margaret. Actually, I have two hats. But yes, there's a project that Syngenta is behind. Ryan Barrett and the Potato Board started it a few years ago. It's an Operation Pollinator. So Soil and Crop, PEI Soil and Crop, Department of Agriculture are involved in carrying this on, passing the baton on to us. Cavendish Agri Services are also involved, so the seeds are be coming from Ontario, Spear Seeds, so they're going to be the location for warehousing and pickup. So to tell you a little bit about the project, if you as farmers have a little piece of land somewhere, 2 or 3 acres, that you would like to establish a pollinator mix on your farm, there is funding that will provide, the seeds are provided at no cost, and then there'll be $200 per acre help for the seeding and planting, tillage and planting of those seeds. So basically we're looking for a number of farmers with about 2 acres on their farm. There are other opportunities. So if you have more than 2 acres you'd like to do, we'd like to still hear from you because we may have other funding opportunities there too. So anyway, simply today, if you think you might be interested in that Operation Pollinator from Syngenta, that program, if you're interested in that, there's a sign-up sheet out on the coffee table out in the main lobby. It's on a bulletin board, so just write your name and contact information on that sheet. And then either myself or Erica McDonald from Department of Agriculture will be in touch with you. So again, it's out on the coffee table out in the lobby. Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next presenter is going to be Roger Henry with AAFC in Charlottetown.
Good morning, people. As many of you know, last year we had a little plow down challenge, we called it. Scott Anderson and myself with the Knowledge Transfer people. What we did is we just planted some potatoes and we didn't use any fertilizer. We just see what we could get for a yield, and we got 169 hundredweight. We're going to run it again, probably for another year. So this year what we're doing is I plowed some red clover in November. I'm going to put a little bit of rotten beef manure on it in the spring. And then we're going to plant the same variety, Mountain Gems. And then we're going to see what we get for a yield. So Scott has a little prize for the winner. We got, last year was Paul Smallman out in O'Leary, was the winning guess. But I'm here. We want to put a guess in. Be a prize for you. All right.
But we don't know what the weather's going to be like, so how do we know how to guess already?
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it off June 1st.
Okay.
Because you can't, you know, the people that guess later are going to be at an advantage. So last year we didn't have very many guesses in, but I was at the Potato Congress and I rounded up some of the experts and I got the guesses out of the experts. So, and I got a few more experts today. So we'll put your guess in and see if you're as good as the expert. But I think we'll cut it off at June 1st. That way it's a fair playing field for everybody.
Okay, that sounds fair. Okay, Stephen Hamill, Hamill Brothers Agri Services and Pioneer Seed.
Hello. Just a few things to highlight, I guess, on the Pioneer side of things. First off, there's been a change of structure. In the past, the agencies were broke up into East and West and operated as 2 separate agencies. Going forward, It's joined one agency that's going to look after the whole island and operate it as Hamlin Brothers Agri Services. Excuse me. On the product side of things, Pioneer just launched a new series of soybeans, the Z Series soybeans. So within that lineup, we have 5 new varieties that are suitable for PEI conditions, ranging from a 006 maturity to an 09 maturity. So that's 2,425 heat units to 2,750. So the Z Series is coming to the market with better white mold scores and overall higher yield potential than our previous A and T Series soybeans. We also have a couple new leading traits in the corn coming to the market, which is going to be available in our new 76-day corn hybrid that we're really excited about. So those traits are the Power Corn List, which provides above ground protection against pests and is also stacked with the Enlist herbicide trait. The next one is Vorseed, which offers above ground and below ground protection against pests, and again stacked with the herbicide trait Enlist. And for anyone that's wondering what the list is, it's a weed control system that's tolerant to multiple modes, multiple herbicides, including glyphosate, glufosinate, 2,4-D choline, and the FOPs. We also have 3 new winter wheat varieties that we put in a plot last fall that we're going to have a good look at this summer, and they'll be available for purchase this fall. So if anyone has any questions or would like to chat, stop by the booth. We'll be happy to talk. Thank you.
Okay, now we have Chris Anima with Phillips Agri Services. We didn't know till about an hour ago that his name was on the list, so.
Yeah, Cameron decided not to show up today, so we're all set. I'll just touch a bit on some cover crops. Obviously, we are the quality seed dealer here on PEI. Some research that we did last year on one of our varieties called an Atlantis radish showed some great numbers on nematode suppression. One report that we sent off to the lab, we did 2 sample dates, one in May and one in November. The May results showed root lesion nematode numbers between an Atlantis and a Toro radish. The Toro was showing 1,400 units of nematodes, and the Atlantis was down to 274. And in the fall setting, the Toro was 1,200 and Atlantis at 0. So that was also for root lesion and pin nematodes. We have multiple different varieties of radish, whether you're looking for a taproot to gain organic matter or break up the hardpan. Lots of cover crop, different options if you're looking for fast emergence. We also have a new brand of winter triticale. If anybody's renting land with, a livestock grower, or I'd encourage you to talk with your neighbor. As a quick cover, it can be planted kind of 1st of September into mid-September, can be harvested in early May as a nice silage crop, and then kind of continue on with your typical practice going forward. There's triticale and multiple other options as well for cover. If you have any questions, see us at the booth. We'll be around the rest of the day, and that's it. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Amanda Walsh with Syngenta.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Amanda Walsh, and I am a territory sales representative with Syngenta, supporting our Maritimes team. I'm in the same boat as Chris, was only told a few hours ago about this, so I will do my best to present Eric's notes. As we know, he can talk much longer than 3 minutes, so we'll see how I do here. Syngenta has really invested in biologicals over the last year. So much so that they actually purchased a company called Valagro, which is one of the world leaders in biologicals. They're actually now going to be known as Syngenta Biologicals. They have over 40 products on their portfolio going forward, so you will start to see products trickle into the market. One of those products is called Megafol. It is a unique product that actually helps the plant mitigate abiotic stresses such as too much water, too much moisture, drought, heat, and one of their flagship products is Megafol. In the States, they actually throw it in with Roundup Ready crops to reduce the chem burn on the crops. And the other biological that we have, we actually talked about it last year also, is Invita. So it is a nitrogen fixating bacterium that when applied to the plant, it actually helps the plant fixate atmospheric nitrogen in the time where the plant is nitrogen is limited in the plant. So the Invita can fix nitrogen all season long to fix those nitrogen gaps. Miravis Neo is a broad-spectrum foliar applied fungicide from Syngenta that can be applied to 3 major row crops, including part of the T1.5 application in your Syngenta stacked cereal program, as well as registered for soybeans with label that includes white mold and of interest to corn growers with the caveat who may have high clearance sprayers. We are working with Eric on that. For your corn crops also. One of the few fungicides that offer solutions to manage key foliar diseases such as your northern corn leaf blight and common rust, as well as ear mold suppression when applied at R1. That's why the high clearance is required. So it's one fungicide for all 3 crops. And also, just this year, so since coming to Prince Edward Island, Eric has really focused on the Syngenta Stack program with support from Syngenta. He's had tremendous results on wheat, and this year we're going to be focusing on barley. So if any of you would like to be a part of the Syngenta Stacked cereal program for barley, please reach out to one of your retails to be a part of that. And that's it.
Okay, and the last speaker is Dave Ezery with UAP Canada.
Thank you, Margaret, and thank everybody for the opportunity to say a few words today. Soil and Crop Association. I don't really want to speak on anything specific today. I do work for a company called UAP. We're part of a company called Nutrient Ag Solutions, which is a Canadian-based company. Basically, what we deal with is a lot of, I call them alternative brands. One of our speakers, I think yesterday or on Wednesday, referred to them as generics, which we do as well, and advocated for the use of those and for companies to continue to bring them to the market. Nothing specific today other than to say I do have at my table, and this is all that's at my table, is a few of these guides. There's a potato guide and a cash crop guide. It kind of lists the products that we offer for all of the crops that we are involved with: cereal, soybeans, potatoes, fruits, vegetables. And if there's any questions, you can try and catch me after lunch. And I guess I'm the only one standing between you and lunch, so I guess I'll sit down. Thank you very much.